Alrighty, we have a game of NC Gala versus In-Cars. Taking the Tyrant Firebelly combo that I ate. I know people want Burning Head, but it is really hard to justify taking a Tyrant. And 4 Gorgers. Normally, I think they're bad. Against the Vampire Coast, I guess you could sneak up on him, or at least not take incoming fire. Yeah, he's positioned him on the flanks. Alright, that tracks. So for the Oak Kingdoms, we have 4 Gorgers, front line of 8 Noblars, 5 of which are Trappers, and then 4 Ogre Bulls with Iron Fists. Do have a Firebelly with Burning Head, and a Tyrant. Tyrant did bring his snacks, so he'll be healing himself up. For the Vampire Coast, we have a Deckhands mob frontline, just cheap 250 gold, unbreakable Zembes. A whole bunch of handgunners, looks like 4 of them, 1 pistol in the front. Triple deck gunner, one of which is the Shade Wraith gunner with their leadership debuff. Then we have animated Hulks, crabs, and double Carronade. With a Deathcaster up front. Did bring Doom and Darkness. Pairs pretty well with the Shade Wraith gunner's leadership debuff. I think it's minus 16, minus 16. Yeah, so it's minus 32 leadership to whatever they both focus on. Could be pretty nasty. Carronades did get an accuracy update, one of these last larger patches. They should do better damage to the Firebelly than previously. Look at him running out there with his little... just his little undies. No shirt, no shoes, plenty of service. Oof! Even the deck gunners are trying to light him up now. And that is a lot of damage all of a sudden. Look at everything trying to hit him. He's going to get off 1 burning head before routing, most likely. And there comes the next volley. That should do him in. Good burning head overall. Half HP off 2 different handgunners, then it kind of curves off into oblivion. But there goes the Firebelly. However... the Ogres are in. Ogre Bulls coming at a delayed pace, trying to stay back while the Noblars occupy the front line, maybe shut down some of the shooting with a Burning Head or something. Also waiting for the Gorger flank to get fully in here. Those guys are creeping up as we see the Tyrant get Spirit Leeched and lit up. The Gorgers are coming. They're coming to save the day. Doom and Darkness also lowering his leadership. That might just make the Tyrant rout. There he goes. But the Gorgers are spotted. There's not a lot in the backline to deter them. This was a heavy shooting build from the Vampire Coast, and they literally couldn't see the Gorgers coming. Stalk is, of course, very powerful. Other Gorgers are still trying to get here, but the Coast is now very aware of the threat the Gorgers pose. Quickly, they lose a deck gunner. Carronade is going to be shut down. I don't know how quickly it'll actually die. And another Spirit Leech. Oh, it's still the Doom and Darkness cast on the Tyrant. He's coming back. Firebelly has positive leadership. He'll be back too eventually. Oh! You see, when the Gorgers are spotted, though, they take insane damage on the way in from these handgun mobs and deck gunners. Now Lamprey's Revenge and Animated Hulks have been called back to at least peel a little bit. Spirit Leech even onto the Gorgers. Yeah, definitely identifying they need to do something about that. Carronade's still firing at the Tyrant, trying to snipe him out, maybe break the Ogre Kingdom's leadership. And the Vampire Coast is ahead on quite a lot of bounce power, though I imagine that's going to change as these lots of ammunition deck gunners are going to be dying off. That'll change how the bounce power feels by quite a bit. Shade Wraith gunner's looking pretty doomed. This Carronade stopped crumbling for now, so maybe it'll be okay. And now they're both firing at the Firebelly, trying to make sure he doesn't come back into the battle. Most of the regular zombie frontline is gone, though, leaving us just with ranged units, which the Ogres are quickly working their way through. Even these random handgun mobs not having the best time. Lamprey's Revenge and maybe the Deathcaster can try and carry, I suppose. Another Doom and Darkness is out, this one onto the Noblar Trappers with a lot of ammo that are nearby. Just trying to get rid of them so they don't get any shots off or get any funky ideas. This handgun mob's trying to turn and shoot at something, but it does have 1 Ogre Bull in there being a nuisance, and a Burning Head comes over the top from Firebelly, who shatters on his way out, casting it just like a middle finger on his way out the door. So all these zombies over here are doomed. I don't see any hope for them at all. This Gorger also looks to be doomed. 2 models, trying to disrupt the cannons once again, maybe get them back into crumbling, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Ogres have captured the conquest point, though if it gets to, if we win this game on points, that would be crazy, because one way or the other, this is over in like 3 minutes. Malbo Trapper's running into melee, trying to shut the cannons down. Once again, the cannons are still trying to snipe out the Tyrant. Now that the Firebelly is shattered, if you can kill the Tyrant, you can really discourage the Ogre Kingdom's leadership, and then maybe Doom and Darkness can get you through this. They still have to kill the Gorgers. They aren't looking too healthy, so they're not the biggest concern. Really, it's the abundance of Trappers and Ogre Bulls that could be a problem, and they are very cowardly, so if you get the Tyrant, you get them all. It's not to be the case, as the cannon is shut down by the classic mix of Ogres and Nobblers that we've come to expect. Lampe's Revenge trying to peel, but they can't peel everything at once. Soon they won't have to, because there's not a lot of anything left to defend. Ooh, Carronade got back online. He's trying to fire point-blank range into the Tyrant. Oh, a couple nasty shots onto him. Another Spirit Leech out for this Gorger. Very low health, only 3 models. Probably start losing them to Spirit Leech soon. Ooh, there is a 2/3 health Animated Hulk in the distance chasing off Trappers. You're going to want that one back as, yeah, Big Butcher comes in for the Tyrant. Huge heal he definitely needed, but also gets him back to perfect vigor, just in case his leadership was ever in doubt. Last of the Animated Hulks in this area are dying away, but that looks like an overcasted Doom and Darkness on this whole area, which just reversed the momentum of this fight. Now our Trappers get broken, then the Ogre Bulls with Iron Fist do as well, and I have to wonder how often they'll start shattering, as these guys have routed over and over again. We do have more Noblar Trappers getting in range to fire. Lampe's Revenge are taking an awful lot themselves. For Gorgers, we have 1 model, and we have 5, so 6 total Gorger models. It looks like this Vampire Fleet Admiral with pistols is just going to go and fight the Tyrant. Spirit Leech onto him, his heal cap is in sight, but he is healing from those snacks, and he is no Slaughter Master. He is a Tyrant. 6340 for melee stats, plus a bunch of armor-piercing weapon damage. He is a force to be reckoned with. But I suppose the Lampe's Revenge is trying to do some reckoning. Surrounding him, using those armor-piercing shotguns on their backs, plus using their incredible melee prowess to try and take him down. The Gorgers are a spent force for the most part. That 1 model died eventually. Those 3 there, we still have Ogre Bulls, but it's an awful lot of Ogre Bulls charging over and over again into Lampe's Revenge. Might need another Overcast of Doom and Darkness to rout them all off, but I think a lot of Winds of Magic have gone into Spirit Leeches to try and kill the Tyrant, so it's kind of a... Both spells are good, but you also just need to be casting them over and over again. I don't think they have the Winds of Magic to do that. The Animated Hulks in the distance have realized their folly, and they are sprinting back to the fight, but it would probably be too late to save the Lampe's Revenge. Bounce power is still in the Vampire Coast's favor, though it is eking back towards the Ogres. I'm just not so certain of Vampire's abilities here, as the Tyrant is currently whooping on the Vampire Fleet Admiral. To be honest, she is performing admirably, but... admirably. But not enough. Lampe's Revenge die, leaving her all alone. And she is going to try and run away. Has plenty of ammunition to kite as she is running back towards her Animated Hulks, but I don't think you outrun the Ogres, little lady. She just gets belly bumped in the back. Ow. Well, that was rather violent. Like, I know this game is about killing and murder and stuff, but I'm just not used to someone getting kicked in the back of the head and falling over. Black Parafet trying to give some healing. Doom and Darkness once again to try and rout the Ogre Bulls, but I think the writing is on the walls. There she goes. There go the Animated Hulks to army losses. GG. It was a good game. Ogre Bulls all did pretty well. Noblar Trappers did their jobs. Gorgers, mixed value, but they played an important role in shutting down the shooting of the coast, as I try not to step on my cat. On the other side for the coast, I mean, you can see the plan. These gunners did so much damage on the advance. The Firebelly barely got to play. But the Gorger flank was unironically really annoying for them because they couldn't turn and shoot it in time because they didn't see it. Damn. GG. Roar. Subscribe. Yes.